All right, type 2, we are going to be dealing with these very curvy, wavy, peaks and valleys types of functions. They kind of look like quadratics, and actually quadratics falls within this bigger umbrella type. So this type is called polynomials. Now with polynomials, right, normally we say in standard form, they are going to be written in what we call descending order. So that's what this really complicated thing looks like. Just remember, right, the highest exponent is going to go first, and then every exponent after that should be less and less and less. So this highest exponent is what we call the degree of the polynomial. So if it's a degree of 3, the highest exponent is 3. Right, this a sub n is called the leading coefficient. And this a sub 0 would be like the constant, right? It'd just be a number at the end. So that's pretty much what polynomials are. They kind of look like that, depending on the degree. They might have more terms and things like that. But just remember, if it's a degree of 2, we know that as a quadratic. If it's a degree of 3, you may be thinking of it as called a cubic function, right? So these are all subtypes of polynomials. A degree of 4, just to throw it out there, is called a quartic, and if it's a degree of 5, it's called a quintic. It can certainly go higher. We don't really deal too much with anything higher than that in high school math, but it could go higher. So on your own, I want you to draw one, give it a domain and range. Now, keeping in mind that could be different depending on how you drew it. Like if you look, for example, at this one, this blue one has a range of all real numbers because it's going to go down to negative infinity and up to positive infinity. But the red one, which kind of looks like this W, the range would almost be like a quadratic where it'd have a bottom range and it goes up to infinity. So depending on how you graph it, or depending on what you graph, you could have different domains and ranges here. I should just say just range, the domain's always going to be the same.